With NASCAR's most popular driver sitting out for the next 6 weeks, Kyle Busch's return to form in the NASCAR Truck Series, and the St. Petersburg Airport Circuit playing host to flying IndyCars, we have a lot of news and highlights to discuss on today's show. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any new content coming up. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the highlights from NASCAR's top 3 touring series at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Starting off with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. It was a fitting return to form for KBM as Kyle Busch collected his team's first win since switching from Toyota to Chevrolet over the offseason. It was a dominant weekend for KBM as all 3 of their trucks locked up the top 3 spots on qualifying day. But this is not the first win for Kyle Busch in a Chevrolet in the Truck Series. He won all the way back in the late 2000s with Billy Ballew Motorsports, also in the number 51. Busch even had a Billy Ballew Motorsports logo on the side of his truck. But throughout the night, it wasn't all smooth sailing for everyone, as Bill McAnally Racing's Christian Eckes had this incredible save while going 3 wide in turn number 3. He held on to finish 6th. In the Xfinity Series, the finish was a last-lap thriller. Chandler Smith was on older tires than Austin Hill and Justin Allgaier behind him and started to fall behind heading onto the final lap. Because of the slowing Colleague number 16, Allgaier did not have enough time to get around Smith and chase after Austin Hill. So, the 28-year-old from Winston, Georgia went on to take his second win of the season, after winning the season-opening 300-miler race at Daytona by inches over John Hunter Nemechek. So far, Hill and Nemechek are the only drivers locked into this year's playoffs, but let's see if we can add another driver to that list this week in Phoenix. Now, with the 2 lower series out of the way, let's get to the big headline this week. Chase Elliott, the most popular driver in the NASCAR Cup Series, was injured in a snowboarding accident in Colorado the week before the race. It was later confirmed that Elliott suffered a fractured left tibia in the accident, and his substitute for the Las Vegas weekend would be Junior Motorsports Xfinity driver Josh Berry. Hendrick Motorsports revealed on Monday that Elliott will miss 6 weeks, and Josh Berry will sub for him at all of the oval races. But the biggest surprise was that Elliott's replacement for the race at Circuit of the Americas later this month will be Corvette Racing factory driver Jordan Taylor. Taylor joins a stacked group of road course ringers for the COTA event that includes Formula One world champions Kimi Räikkönen and Jenson Button. Other than Berry still adjusting to the new next-gen car, it was Hendrick domination during the Cup race, with all 3 of Mr. H's full-time drivers, William Byron, Kyle Larson, and Alex Bowman, leading laps on Sunday. A late race caution caused by the spinning number 10 Ford of Eric Almirola led to a green-white checker restart with Byron and Martin Truex Jr. on the front row. As the field fanned out behind the 2, Truex's teammate Denny Hamlin tried to get around Byron on the outside lane. It was still a 2-horse race as they headed down the Nellis Superstretch with Byron and Truex still alongside each other. Larson and Bowman were behind Truex and Byron, waiting to pounce. The white flag waved, with Byron still leading.
Tire deficit, William Byron to the lead.
Look at this run. They're all going to get on Truex now. Lifting right in the middle of 3 and 4. Worst corner you could do it in.
White flag is official. I'm telling you, Bowman's in a really good situation here.
4 wide for 7th.
Excuse me, Byron.
And a big run for Bowman on the outside. They're going to split Truex, and it's 3 Hendrick Chevys to the front. Just like much of the day, around goes Allmendinger, back of the pack, 4 or 5 cars spinning. We stay green as everybody gets out of the throttle. Here they come to the flag.
Ooh.
William Byron will lead his 175th lap of the day and take the checkered flag in Las Vegas.
Unbelievable.
Heading over to the other side of the country to the sunny streets of St. Petersburg, Florida, where Romain Grosjean led a new IndyCar season to green. Considering this is IndyCar, it wouldn't take that long for chaos to ensue. 4-time Indy 500 winner Helio Castroneves spun at the exit of Turn 3, leading to a stack-up in the pack behind. Andretti Autosport's Devlin DeFrancesco was sent flying by the number 55 AJ Foyt Racing Chevy of Benjamin Peterson. After a brief red flag, the next incident was for Ed Carpenter Racing's Connor Daly, who spun off the front wing of Kyle Kirkwood. Daly was able to continue, but fell off the lead lap. Kirkwood's troubling day would not end there, as Rinus VeeKay binned it in the tire wall on the next restart, causing Jack Harvey to check up and Kyle Kirkwood to fly over the top of the RLL number 30. Kirkwood and VeeKay both continued, while Jack Harvey, appearing injured, limped over to the ambulance. On the next restart, Scott Dixon went for a move on his teammate Marcus Ericsson, while Graham Rahal came within inches of the tire wall in turn number 4. Everybody appeared to keep it clean, but things went from bad to worse for Andretti Autosport a few corners later as Colton Herta binned it into the wall and out of the race. This left McLaughlin, Grosjean, Award, Dixon, and Ericsson as realistic contenders. Things quickly went downhill for the front two as McLaughlin, coming out of the pits on cold tires, slowed down right in front of Grosjean. Grosjean went to his outside. The two made contact and sent both of them into the tire wall and out of the race.
In on the preferred line.
Is it possible? No, it's not.
Contact.
Both of them crashing.
And Award goes through. Pato Award to the front.
Pato Award led the race back to green with Marcus Ericsson behind him. And Alexander Rossi, in his first race in 7 years not driving for Andretti Autosport, is looking for a decent result in his first drive with McLaren. Award led until 3 laps to go when he accidentally hit the pit limiter, leaving turn number 14 onto the front straightaway. Marcus Ericsson grabbed the lead and never looked back, the 2022 Indy 500 winner claiming the first race of the 2023 IndyCar season. In other news, it was announced this week that Kimi Räikkönen will return to Trackhouse Racing's Project 91 entry for NASCAR's Cup Series event at Circuit of the Americas. The Formula One World Champion has one Cup start to his name, that coming last year at Watkins Glen. He was running in the top 10 until getting taken out in the bus stop chicane in the closing laps of the race. In other NASCAR news, a portion of the turn 3 and 4 wall at Martinsville Speedway has been removed after Ross Chastain rode the wall to gain the points necessary to make it into NASCAR's Cup Series championship round at Phoenix back in November. Chastain's team, Trackhouse Racing, has already confirmed that they will preserve the car that he ran at Martinsville as is, in order to preserve the history. Chastain is the first and only person to do this move successfully, as NASCAR banned doing the move intentionally to make sure no one took advantage of it at a short track like the LA Coliseum or Martinsville. There is talk of them putting the piece of wall on the Glory Road at the entrance of the NASCAR Hall of Fame, but no concrete plans have been confirmed just yet. Chastain went on to finish second in the Cup Series championship behind Joey Logano. Moving on, the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship season will continue with the 12 Hours of Sebring next weekend. The opening race of the FIA World Endurance Championship, the 1,000 miles of Sebring, is next Friday. The main headline on the WEC side is that race will be the first time that LMDH and LMH machinery will race against each other, marking the true start of convergence between IMSA and the ACO. 54 cars are entered in 5 different classes for the 12-hour, while the 1,000-mile race will have 37 cars entered in 3 different classes. So, that's it for this week. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like down below, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Subscribe to my main channel in the pinned comment, and use the links in the description to join all the Discord servers like the Left Turn Lounge, the r/IndyCar and r/WEC Discord servers. So, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.